Hey everyone, Ara Derdarian here of the HT Guys, and today we're taking a look at a new speaker build, and beyond that we're also going to take a look at a new amplifier that I bought to drive these speakers. So we're going to have two things to take a look at in this video. First up are the speakers, and as you know, I've built a few speakers that were based off of the JBL 2500. I find them on eBay. I buy them for about $100 shipped or less, and then I take the guts out and I build a cabinet for it. And that's what I have here, with the exception of the tweeter, and I'll get into that here in a second. The cabinet is made from reclaimed walnut, and the front baffle is reclaimed American chestnut. And I find they add a really nice touch, knowing that this wood has been in another structure. These came out of structures in West Virginia. And it's kind of neat to think about that they were built over 100 years ago, and somebody was out there building this, I think it was a house that it came out of, and here we have it reclaimed into some speakers with modern technology. It's pretty cool. What I do is I take the cabinet and I make it a little bit bigger. The JBL bookshelf speakers are kind of narrow. They're about the same height. These are 12.5 inches. The JBLs are about 12 inches, and these are a little bit deeper as well. I believe the JBL is about 6.5. These are 9.5 inches deep, and on the width, the JBLs are 7.25, and these are 7.5. So what I do with that is I get a little more bass extension out of it. The driver, the woofer, is actually pretty good, but I do get a little bit more out of the cabinet, and because I don't have the constraints that the engineers at JBL had, my guess is they were told, make a speaker that will fit on a bookshelf. And while these will fit on a bookshelf, they're probably more at home on speaker stands. All the components but the tweeter came out of the JBL 2500. I did buy a 2500 that was kind of destroyed, and what happened was the tweeter was damaged. It worked, but it didn't look very good, and I wanted the speaker to be aesthetically pleasing. So I ended up buying a Dayton Audio tweeter. It's a 1-inch titanium tweeter, and I figured the JBLs had titanium tweeters, so we'd be good to go there. There is a little bit of a difference compared to some of the other ones I've built. These seem to be a little bit brighter, and that's not a bad thing. It's just if you like brighter music, these are perfect for you. They're not too bright where it's kind of shrilly, but the other JBLs that I have are less bright than these. And then I normally bring my amplifier that I use for my normal music listening. It's the SVS amplifier downstairs to do the testing, but I decided I wanted to try something different, and I bought a Fosi Audio DA2120C. It's a digital amplifier, 80 watts per channel. You can find more information at FosiAudioshop.com. It goes for $160. It has a lot of input sources. You can connect up your PC via USB. That's how you're going to get your high-res audio into it. There's an optical input, coaxial. There's stereo RCA. Also, there's Bluetooth, and the Bluetooth supports aptX. So what we're going to do here is test out the PC so we can get the 192 kilobits per second, and we're going to compare some music that was sent over to it via Bluetooth with aptX. I have 3 tracks that we're going to listen to here. One of them is 192 kilobit per second, 24-bit, and that will be played first. The next one will be the same track, except we're going to play it via Bluetooth with aptX, and we'll try to see if you can hear any difference. I was not able to hear any difference in the room, and that could be a limitation of my ears. It could be a limitation of the speakers, or it could be even a limitation of how the audio was recorded. Again, whenever we do these types of demos, your mileage will vary because you're listening to them on your speakers, which could be your computer, as well as the microphone that I used is not necessarily the best, but it's there anyway. And the last one is a very bass heavy track just to watch the woofer move air. So let's get into those now. So that's a demo. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's hard to hear any difference in the room, and I'm going to imagine you had a hard time hearing any difference through your speakers, and considering the microphone I was using wasn't the most high fidelity. Regardless, the amp itself is really good. I was buying it just to use for portable use, but as it turns out, it sounds really good, and I think I may just put it into service full time. And at $160, you really can't go wrong with it, so I highly recommend it. And these speakers sound amazing, and they're available. So if you'd like to buy them, I think we're going to go with $399 shipped anywhere in the United States. And if you live local to Orange County, I could take $50 off if you pick them up yourself. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of speakers in this room, and my wife said I need to get rid of some of them. So hopefully somebody out there saw this and thought they'd be nice enough to put into their room. I want to thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you again for watching.